Hello guys, today I'm gonna teach you Blox fruits. First, when you load up, you will be able to choose between marines or pirates. With marine you get faster and cheaper ships. Now we pirates CUZ pirate school. First you will be spawned in this big island.
As you can see, there's a lock button here. It can help you aim and have better controls. For example, this is without the shift lock. If you aim your attacks to NPCs, it will not aim properly. You just gotta click it 2 times until it gets green. A white circle will appear for aiming. Now you can aim properly and walk without the screen moving. You will see some buttons here. This is the button for using codes. Most codes are just 4.2x EXP and stuff, some other .4 stats refund. Next is home button. With this you can teleport to your spawn point anytime. This NPC lets you set spawn in the island is at. He's at every island, so you can make any island your spawn point. For example, now I'm at a different island. If I press it now, it's teleporting me back to pirate starter. Next is ally button. With this you can send ally requests to any players, so you can't damage each other now. Next is the crew button. With this you can either make a crew or join a crew. Crew makes you be allied always. Now for settings. So after you die to a player, your PvP will be off for 15 minutes, but with this button you can turn it on before the 15 minutes timer. Fast mode makes less lag, but it can also be used to see better in night, since it's hard to see sometimes because it's too dark. Counter is important because it tells you how much damage you are doing to your enemy. It stays off when you join the game for the first time, so make sure to turn it on. Now compass is one of the most important buttons, because it tells you where to go to take quest when you are at a certain level. It will become red when you become enough level to go to the next island, so use it to see what's the next island. You can use the track button so it shows you where it is. Now the menu. First is shop.its, not that important, it's just for buying stuff like 2x EXP and permanent fruits with Robux. Next is items button. It shows you all the items like swords, stored fruits, NPC drops, etc. you have gotten. You can equip and unequip the swords from here. You can unequip and equip your accessories too. Accessories give you special different buffs. You can unstore your stored fruits here. By the way, you can't drop stored fruits. You can just unstore them and eat them if you want. For example, look what happens if I try to drop this rocket fruit that was stored in my inventory. Now stats is the most important thing you need to know and control in Blox Fruits. You get 3 stat point total for every one level. For example, I have 42 stat point I haven't used right now. I can put them in any of the things here I need. This thing will be 1 that means you can put 1 stat point 1 by 1 but you can change it by clicking here and writing a number. I wrote 10, so that means now I can put 10 stat point at once. Melee increased your energy and fighting style damage. Defense increases your health. Sword and gun and Blox Fruits stat increase the damage of those things. By the way, stat also shows what race are you in Blox Fruits. When you join the game you have 0.12.5% chance of being a shark, 0.12.5% chance of a rabbit, 0.12.5% chance of an angel, 0.65% chance of a human. Being a shark gives you less damage on water, since after you eat a fruit you will get damage when you swim. Rabbit gives you speed which is actually, in my opinion, the best race V1. Angel just, I guess, makes your jump a little higher. And human does nothing, but in C2 you can get human V2 by doing a quest which will give some buffs. Later, in C2 you can change your race with a random chance again by giving 3000 fragments, which is a new currency only after C1. And now these are just your level, money and fragments. When you start the game you will only have this and this button. They are the dash and walk button. With dash you dash. By the way, dashing costs energy too. And with walk you walk. By the way, a tip, don't put stat into sword or gun as a beginner. Divide all your stat into melee, defense and Blox Fruits. Otherwise it would be a waste of your stat points as a beginner. Don't use swords or guns. So to start the game, go to the quest giver guy. Talk to him and choose bandits. Confirm. Now the bandits are there. At first you will only have combat button here. But since I changed my fighting style later, it's now not combat. Just click on combat and then go to the NPCs. To attack them, get close and click the screen and .it will hit them. You will also have some special moves in combat. To use them, just click on use on your first move. Then hold the screen and aim, then let go. To unlock the next move, you need a certain level of mastery. TP get mastery, you need exp. To get exp, you just need to kill NPCs with the thing you wanna get mastery on. And there, your first quest is completed after killing 5 NPC. Just do more and more quests until your compass gets red. After you reach level 14, that's when you need to go to next island. When it's time to go to next island, go to the dock here. And buy a boat from this NPC. You can either drive the boat or just swim. LOL, since you won't have a fruit when you start the game, so you won't get sea damage. I do have a fruit, but I'm not getting any damage because I have Shark V2. Next island is jungle. To get quest, follow me. Talk to this guy and the monkeys will be here. But the gorillas are on kind of another part of jungle. They will be here. And then Gorilla King is the first boss of the game. Bosses are harder to kill, but they give way better rewards. And EXP. Bosses are not like NPCs. They have a timer until they spawn again. Gorilla King spawns every 5 minutes. So as you guys know, I've already told you about the quest guy NPC.
I've told you about the spawn point NPC too.
This is the Blox fruits dealer NPC. It's basically fruit shop, but not with Robux, but not permanent. It always has different fruit stock, and the stock refreshes every few hours. But I would not recommend getting fruits from him as a beginner, because all the good starter fruits are just expensive. Now this is the sword dealer guy. This guy is in a lot of different islands. And in different islands he sells different swords or weapons. Don't buy from him, it's kind of a waste since you would not use swords or guns anyway. You can buy once you are rich max player for collection, I guess. Now we are back at jungle. Because jungle has one of the most important NPC. And of course, it's the gambling NPC. This is Zyles. You can spin for a random fruit from him. Every 2 hours with some money. But you have to be at least level 50 to spin from him. So I guess to get fruits, just beg. Just kidding, don't beg, but maybe ask someone for a fruit. If someone spins a fruit they already have stored, they will drop to you. Now this is really important part. You start with only dash and walk. But you can get more abilities. Follow me to the frozen village. You can ask someone to take you to frozen village. We are here. Follow me. Climb this ladder. You will see this black space thing. Go inside. Talk with him. First is air jump. You can buy it for 10k. Air jump is the most useful. You can't progress the game without it in the later seas. You can jump multiple times with this, which is really helpful. For example, this would be me if I didn't have air jump. But with air jump I can just go directly up. Next is called aura, which a lot of people call haki. Because in One Piece it's called haki. The aura button will be here. It turn your hand black. It increases your fighting style, sword and gun damage. It also allows you to hit elemental fruits users who you can't hit if you are lower level than them. Next is flash step. I don't think it's that useful. It's just for glitches and stuff. The flash step buttons will be this. You can basically teleport with it, but the range is kinda bad. Make sure to at least buy the first 2 abilities once you get enough money. Now I'm gonna be telling you about every type of fruit there is. So first is natural type fruit. For example, rocket is a natural fruit. Natural fruits are just basically random powers. Now next is elemental fruits. Elemental fruits are the best fruit for C1 grind. Because if you are a certain level higher than the NPC you are fighting, then you won't get any damage from the NPC, but some NPC do have aura, like in Magma Village Island. For example, this is a light user. The best elemental fruit for C1. Light also has an additional sword type thing which you can hit with light combat. That's why it's so good. And some fruits have a flight move. So basically one of light's move is a flight. If you aim to a location and then hold the flight move, you can just fly there, no need for ships, and flying is way faster. And light is the fruit with the fastest flight in the game. So try to get light if you can for C1. Next is beast type fruit. Beast fruits can transform and they are the strongest fruits in the game. The fruit I'm using is a beast fruit, so let me just transform. In beast fruit, when you transform, all your moves become different and become more powerful. That's all for fruit types. Next I'm gonna tell you about every C. So this is first C, which is from level 1-700. You will need to do a special quest. Go to second C once you are 700. Then the same with going to third C and everything. Second C is level 700-1500. Third C is 1500 to 2600. By the way, some fruits have this thing called M1, which means you can just click on the screen to attack instead of just being able to use the moves like combat. Like my kitsune fruit has an M1. Light also has an M1. This button is the server tab. You can switch servers here for various reasons, like not having to wait for boss respawns. And that is all you need to know about Blox. Fruits to start your journey. Ninja XD.
Out.